Welcome back. Your Orlando Magic get their revenge and take down the Cleveland Cavaliers 104-94. With that, getting back on track with their second win in a row, back to winning ways after dropping two. And all I'm going to say is I'm just glad this game's over. Like, this game was a roller coaster of emotions, and for multiple reasons. We kind of started off a little bit slower, but it wasn't anything to really worry about. The offense was a little off, but so were the Cavaliers. Their shots really weren't falling all night tonight. Now you can thank some of our defense for that. The defense was on point tonight, I'm not gonna lie, and I don't think it's a surprise that all of a sudden it's back tonight, considering that we got back our two best defenders on the team, Jalen Suggs and Jonathan Isaac tonight. Jalen Suggs goes back into the starting lineup. Jonathan Isaac comes off the bench, plays around 13 minutes, I think. But just with them being back, you can immediately see the impact in both the intensity and just the defense all around. But intensity especially on Jalen Suggs' side. I'm also going to give a lot of credit of this win to Jalen Suggs. I even think Paolo said it in his post-game interview that this win is on Jalen and his heart. He is the heart of this city, and we'll get into it more when we go over the stats, but it's just great to see him just step back in after an injury that we thought would be much longer, and 2 games later he's back in and he just gets right back to what he does. But while that was great, I did say this was a roller coaster and things have to go down, and we kind of had 2 moments this game where it was kind of really scary. Like, first of all, we see Joe Ingles get injured, and I believe it was an ankle with him too, and he was he was down on the floor in pain for a little bit, had to get helped up and helped to the locker room. And I think it was like a quarter later, Paolo Banchero also has the same thing happen to him, and his looked he looked like he was in very bad pain. And he did say he might have been a little dramatic about it. In the moment, we were going on a run in that moment, and it just happened, and it just the entire place just got the energy sucked out of it. It went quiet in there, and I really genuinely didn't expect to see him come back into this game, especially because we had a little bit of a lead that we did end up dropping. But even without the lead, I didn't think we would see him again this game. I thought they would kind of just play it safe because how many of our guys on this team have dealt with those ankle injuries, and Paolo is one of the biggest pieces to this whole thing. So but fortunately, like Joe, he does come back in the game, and from the source himself, he said that he just went back, got it taped up, and he said that he will be good for Friday versus the Celtics. So I'm just thankful that we can get out of this game relatively injury free. People had injuries, but I think they're okay. We also came away with a win, which is great. Now fortunately, we do also now have a break coming up, a little break, a 3-day gap. We play our next game on Friday versus the Boston Celtics, so it's a 2-game series. And obviously Magic fans know that the Celtics matchups mean a little bit more now, so I'm glad that everyone came out of today safe, and now also that they have 3 full days to kind of just calm down, get yourself back into where you need to be, rest up, and let all the ankles and everything heal. Now back into this game. This was a very fun game. First of all, Amway today seemed very packed. I think I heard multiple people mention it that I was around. It just seemed extra crowded tonight, and I actually did see quite a few Cavs fans, but when you stepped into the actual arena, it was just straight Magic. The crowd was amped up, they were interactive, and the Magic continues to be dominant at home, which is, can you ask for anything better? Are we 11-1 at home this year? No, before you correct me, technically we're 11-2. I don't count the Mexico game. It wasn't at home. We're 11-1 at home this season. And I think sooner than later, teams are going to start realizing that, oh, wait, maybe going into Amway is a much tougher environment than we thought it would be. And it shows with this team. They are just another level when they're in their home element. Tonight, defense especially, we did a great job on that end. Cleveland was relatively held short. Only 3 players in double digits. Tristan Thompson with 10. Other than that, it was Donovan and Darius, and pretty much no one else did anything. I do think the game plan tonight was to kind of key in a little bit more on Donovan, because last game he had a very good game against us, and I think Darius kind of got to eat a little bit off of that. He had 36 tonight. Donovan only had 22 for Donovan, 33% from the field, 20% from 3. So we did a very good job, defending him. But like I said, Darius Garland did kind of do his thing. Luckily, the 3 ball was not falling as it usually does, because he could have had a lot bigger of a night. But even with that, I give our credit to defense. We just make things tough for players. And then on our end, we really don't rely on massive performances on a nightly basis from our players. It's kind of like an everyone eats type of thing. And now obviously Paolo and Franz do the bulk of the scoring. But even tonight, 3 players in double digits for Cleveland, 5 players for Orlando. We almost had 8 because we had 2 players with 8 and 1 player with 7. So scoring is all around on this team, and it kind of feels like even on nights where one player might not be getting it going. It always feels like somebody else does. Starting off with Jalen Suggs tonight, I know I already talked about him a little bit, but tonight, 28 minutes, 12 points, 4 rebounds, 3 assists. Great, welcome back game. But man, this next player, I gave him the impact player of the game last game, and I think I might just do it again today. Goga Bitadze, today, 29 minutes, 15 points, 7 rebounds, 2 assists, and 4 blocks. He just continues to every game just protect the rim at this elite level. And then even today, he gives us an offensive punch with his 15 points. And we praise Goga so much, and I feel like it's just not enough. Like, the way that he just steps in and just has provided exactly what this team needs. Like, we have not missed a step with him in the starting lineup, and some may argue that with him there, we are even more elite defensively. And I'm telling you, when Wendell comes back, league better be worried, because the fact that we could have both these guys just switching out, there's just going to be no breaks for the opposing teams. And then Franz Wagner tonight, 33 minutes, 19 points, 8 rebounds, 4 assists. The efficiency wasn't really there, but like I've said a lot this year, when his shot really isn't falling at the level that he should be having it at, he continues to just figure out how to impact the game in his own ways. He's really been doing great on the rebounds. I remember that's the thing he mentioned in the summer, that he really wanted to focus on bringing it up, because last year his rebounding averages were a little low. This year it's been pretty good, and with that, his assist numbers have also gone up as well. And then Paul Beckert tonight, 20 minutes, 10 rebounds, 4 assists in 35 minutes. He had a little rough first half, but he came out in the second half and really bounced back, even with the ankle injury. He scored, I believe, 14 in the second half and only 6 in the first. And I believe he only missed 1 shot in the second half, so obviously we love to see that. Most importantly, I'm just glad that he's just okay in general. Like, he's just healthy. Like I said, tonight could have gone very bad. It could have been a very weird video, because we probably might have gotten the win, but if he was actually genuinely injured, it would have been really just depressing. Quickly looking over at the bench, Joe Ingles tonight was the guy, 12 points, 4 rebounds, 3 assists. Once again, another guy who was injured, but thankfully is okay. Funny enough, Mo Wagner and Cole Anthony both played exactly 17 minutes and 40 seconds, and both had 8 points and 2 rebounds tonight. Cole did also give along 4 assists with his, but just solid stats for both of them. And then Jonathan Isaac, once again, welcome back tonight, 13 minutes, 7 points, 4 rebounds, 2 steals. Comes right back in, just like Jalen Suggs, and just elite defensively. It's crazy how both of them can miss all the time in the world, it feels like, and come back and just be back to right where they were defensively. They have no off nights on that side of the ball. But yeah, guys, that's gonna be all for me tonight. It's pretty late. I got home pretty late. Glad we're back in the win column, 2 in a row now, but things are gonna get tough. Like I've mentioned, things are going to get tough. Back-to-back games versus the Celtics in our next 2. I will say that first Celtics game is the second of a back-to-back for Boston, and we will have 3 full days of rest on the other hand. So hopefully our guys, they know, we don't have to let them know that, hopefully they're energized. They know what they're gonna do. They are very well aware of everything. If you know, you know. And I'm excited for that game, because I believe the Celtics are undefeated at home this season. So what better team to give them their first loss? But yeah, anyway, if you guys enjoyed the video, please feel free to like, comment, and subscribe. Let me know in the comment below. How are you feeling? How do you feel about the rest of this month? How do you predict a record? But that is all for me today. I'll catch you guys on the next one, and I'm out. Peace.